Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here, and welcome to another Nikkei video. So someone posted this image and I was like, oh my god, are we looking at a Modernia 2.0? Well, we've got Neon's skill kit as well as the animation and everything, so we can take a deeper dive into her as a unit. But first, of course, we also have the Mary Bay Goddess viewer poll that is going to be live right after the maintenance, and we will also reveal the summer event CD key code. Now, this is very important because as we know, the CD key code pretty much expires right away. So what we want to do is hop onto the stream and I will give you the code right as the maintenance finishes, so you can hop on, redeem the code, and everyone will be happy. You don't want to miss out for sure. Worst feeling is if you wake up and the CD code is gone. So please, we're gonna do the Mary Bay Goddess pose, and we'll take a look at how she is. But Neon's coming about a week after, I believe, in comparison to the Mary Bay Goddess, so she is not going to be there at the current maintenance fix. Now, taking a look at Neon. First of all, this is sus, all right? Why? When she drinks out of that water, look at where it drips. Shift up. You are a bit sus. Oh my god. Subtle, but it's 100% there. Anyhow, FBI, we're here to digest Neon's skill kit, not to, of course, look at anything else. So she is an attacker, burst 3, water type, so all the summer units are looking to be water type. And I've said before, we might get a second part of the summer limited, so potentially 2 more, I don't know. Machine gun type user. All right, so skill 1, upper wave, activates when using burst skill, affects self. And it's a stacking, so very similar to Mary. It's a stacking buff according to the number of activation times, so parts damage gets increased. So basically this is a 37% increase to parts damage, which is really good for bosses, of course, in the last 20 seconds. What I'm curious about is it burst skill in general, or is it her own burst skill? Because that makes a big difference. That's something we need to test. Now, skill 2 activates when entering burst stage 3, affects herself. Effect changes according to the number. So again, another stacking change. All right, damage as strong element. So this is very similar to Mary, and if it stacks with Mary, it's going to be really strong, because this on top of Mary's buff against any fire type bosses, they will melt, especially if you've got the element advantage plus the parts damage increase. So this is really crazy. So now let's take a look at the full burst burst 3 skill. Cooldowns 40 seconds, full hydro shot, affects herself and changes the weapon type in use. Now we will be able to take a look here at what weapon type it is. The damage is very awkward. 11% of final attack and lasts for 7 seconds. Very weird, and activates when the target is, of course, the fire typing. Add another 11% of final damage as additional damage. Now, when I first saw this, I was like, what do you mean by 11%? Are you sure it didn't miss a 0 or 2 zeros? But apparently it is 11%, as it says here, of final attack. So this is not the attack percentage as we often see, but the final attack. So after everything is calculated, all the buffs and all that jazz. So let's take a look at what changes. We'll meet this. So this is Neon, of course. Machine gun user, look at that jiggle, look at that reload. And damn Neon. All right, so we'll see soon how the burst works. Okay, let's bring her to the battlefield. Well, I guess it's really milking this animation in this PV. Okay, so let's see. So so that's where this image came from, huh? That's where this image came. So as a machine gun, when you're hitting core, of course, it's doing a lot of damage. So this is quite a bit. Oh my god. I wonder if her rate of fire is higher. Does it say? It doesn't. Interesting. I wonder if she has a high rate of fire, because that looks like it's hitting a lot. All right. Okay. Oh, this animation, Neon without glasses. Damn. Oh my god, that jiggle. Holy, that jiggle. Okay, focus. So she is now in the full burst mode. Okay. They hit the, I can't really see. Did they remove the icon of how many ammo? Okay, well, we know from Mary's promotion video, this is like 7 ammo or something, and this is apparently the super stoker. So she turns into the rocket launcher type, and this is firepower or water power now, as Neon says. So let's look at the damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Is there a limit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wow. This does seem like it's hitting a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 5. So technically it's 55%, right? And you also get a core hit too. So 55% of our normal attack. So if we compare that to this, ugh. It seems like a unit that you don't actually want to burst. Similar to Modernia, if you're not looking to do any AoE damage at a single target, Modernia, you actually don't want her to burst 3. Unless you're going for the infinite reload. Then you can consider. But this actually really reminds me of Modernia, and that's why I think I'll title this is Neon Baby Modernia. Now, this buff in terms of 37% here and then 60% here is actually really strong against, of course, the fire typing, right? I think we're moving towards mono typing against mono typing bosses, in the sense that someone told me in Destiny Child, and you can confirm in the comments for those of you that play. I don't play Destiny Child, that later on Destiny Child is essentially you build the mono team that is specifically used against a mono element boss. Are we moving towards this with the Summer Limited? The 2 Summer Limited are essentially built against a fire, right? I'm sure in the event we're going to get a fire type enemy, and there'll be fire type enemies in Union Raid to make sure the whales spend. But looking at Neon herself, this seems like a DPS loss. Of course, we'll test this, but this Super Soaker seems like a DPS loss. Now, we have to see, and I think the most important part is, does this requirement for burst skill, right, activates when using burst skill, is that her own? Because if it is, then you're forced to suffer, quote unquote, a potential DPS loss. Of course, if the multiplier is good on this final skill, we're all happy. But if you're forced to use her own burst to reach the 3 stacks, I'm not sure. But I guess it would be too busted if activates when using burst skill. That means your burst 1, burst 2, burst 3, and she gets the full 3 stacks. I think that would make it really strong, like insanely strong, because she doesn't need to activate her own to suffer the DP loss, and she straight get the full parts damage buff. I think that'll be very good if so, but otherwise, if you're forced to, and it's a 40-second, right? So you don't get the full effect until 120 seconds, unless you use CD cooldown. So yeah, I don't know. We have to test this. Of course, she is coming up in about a week after Summer Mary. As for me, Summer Limited, I'm gonna pull them. The home screen looks insane. All right, and for Mary, of course, huge booba. For Summer Neon, I mean, look at this. So let's find it again. Oh my god. Yes, I think it's a must-have and for the home screen. But for you guys, wait for testing, because especially if we know there's a second part of summer events potentially with limited, stay strong. You don't know, okay? Be safe. Anyhow, now we still have the near to be collaboration coming up sometime later on, so look forward to that, and stay tuned for the Mary Banner live pose stream with the CD key right after the maintenance ends. Yeah, it's TimaeuSS here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye now.